Hey, I'm Arjuna, and I'm on a quest to find the perfect Stratocaster. Today we're taking a look at an axe I thought might end the search forever, the K-Line Springfield. K-Line, it's one of these guitars I think of as being like a forum guitar, right? This is a guitar you read about on Reddit, maybe a guitar you read about on the gear page, something like that. There are a bunch of these kind of boutique brands that are made by smaller builders that you've never heard of, but you hear people raving about them on the forums, or maybe you watch some YouTube video from someone who has one. And so K-Line is such a guitar. K-Line guitars are the brainchild of Chris Kroenlein, who's a boutique builder based out of St. Louis in Missouri. And as we're going to cover in this video, his guitars are fantastic. He makes all the wood from scratch, which with the prevalence of ready-made parts available is getting rarer and rarer. You'll see a lot of these boutique builders who just buy the parts from all parts and then they'll assemble them and put the finishing touches on them, which can make great guitars. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I do think it's special when you find a builder that's really still trying to make them from the ground up. And Chris, I think up until recently was a one-man operation. I think now he might be employing someone else and maybe a couple of other people. But it's a really small shop and the attention to detail really shows. Today, we're going to do the unboxing of the guitar. I'll also take you through some tones and how it felt, my initial impressions playing the guitar. There's also a plot twist, so you'll have to watch until you reach that to see what it is. Before you do that though, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel and everything really helps. So, thank you. I'll see you on the other side. Oh my god, I'm so stoked. It is new guitar day. I have waited for this guitar for about a week after researching it online, reading all the forums, doing all of the stuff. It's finally here. So, let's unbox it. And there it is. Now, I'm actually going to let this sit for a little while because, and this is the first time I've ever had to do this, this guitar has a nitro finish. And, you know, it's not freezing outside, but it has been pretty cold. And my house is fairly warm. So I let it sit in the box for maybe an hour or two. Now I'm going to let it sit out of the box for about an hour or two before I open this up. Maybe that's overkill, maybe I'm being too careful, but you know, it pays to be safe. I don't want the finish to get any more checked than it's already getting, so we're gonna try that out. Alright, we're back. I've given this guitar a chance to acclimate to the ambient temperature in my room. This is a hope that it's not gonna check the nitro finish. And I'm stoked. Let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. I've literally not looked in this case yet, so this is my authentic reaction to seeing this guitar. Ooh-wee. This is the K-Line Springfield. Oh man, look at this guitar. Look at that. Wow, okay, first things I'm noticing, this thing is light AF. According to the previous owner, this guitar weighs 6.4 pounds. I mean, I feel that. I mean, I can just hold this in one hand, no problem. This guitar has kind of a V-shaped neck, which was custom ordered actually by the previous owner. Yeah, you know, I don't usually play V's, but this one's what they would call like a soft V. And it's pretty, yeah, it's not super noticeable. It's nice. It's really nice. Yeah, this is beautiful. The K-Line logo, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a thing of beauty in person. Oh man, this guitar looks absolutely incredible. So a few things about this guitar. It's got Klein pickups in it. They are the Epic 57 pickups, I think. So Chris, who's the main luthier who makes K-Line guitars, is now making his own pickups. But, you know, throughout the years, he's used other people's pickups. He's been known for using Lala Dirty Blondes, for example. Apparently, the pickups that he makes are really incredible, but this uses Klein pickups. So anyway, I'm really stoked to see how they sound. All right, let's plug this thing in and give it a whirl. All right, so I've got the guitar plugged in here too, and this is basically just going into my Bassbreaker Fender amp here. Let's start with some clean tones and see what it sounds like. On the neck pickup, by the way, it sounds, so far it sounds really glassy, very clear, that kind of bell tone. Let's start. Nice and spanky there in that first middle position. Let's try the middle pickup. Middle and bridge. It's got that nice Bee Gees sound. And then let's go with the bridge. It's definitely like a lower output sound, but it does, I mean, it sounds freaking phenomenal. Let's get some gain on here and hear what it sounds like a little bit more pushed. A real dirty breakup. It's like a much messier breakup than some of the other kind of more modern voice pickups I'm used to. Alright, so my takeaways from this first session with the guitar. Feels fantastic, sounds fantastic, it's nice and light, it's well balanced. This just feels like an incredibly built guitar. Gonna have to see how I get used to this V-shaped neck. It's a little bit different for me. It's not something that I'm used to, but it's really, for me anyway, it's kind of unique. And yeah, this guitar is fantastically built. I mean, this just feels like, it's just amazing. It definitely feels on par with any Fender Custom Shop that I've played. Super solid. Like, I feel like I could just take this to a gig tomorrow and feel excellent about it. Hey there, me again. So the excitement and the thrill of playing this new guitar in the video was real, but in the back of my mind something was percolating, and that's because when I did my original assessment of the guitar, I noticed there was a crack in the neck pocket. It looked like it was a crack that may have formed where one of the screws had been screwed through the neck pocket in the guitar. You'll see all the time around neck pockets, especially on Strats. Sometimes they're just prone to having finishing cracking in that area, which is nothing to be worried about. It'll happen basically to anyone who has a Strat for long enough. But I was worried that this might actually be a structural crack. I was worried this might actually be damage to the wood. And so I had to take it apart and find out. Here's what I'm seeing on this guitar. There's a finish crack. So we're just trying to figure out if that is just the finish or if the body is actually cracked. So let's find out. Be careful with this screw. And yeah, this looks... this is definitely cracked. You can see it down. See that crack clearly there. You can't see it probably in the camera, but you can actually see it in the side of the screw hole. You can also see the crack here. So this is definitely damaged. So we're gonna have to do something about that. So as you can see from the inspection, it was clearly damaged, and unfortunately I think this happened because the guitar was dropped, which the original owner did mention in their reverb listing, but I don't think that they had examined it closely enough to really assess the damage. So, and I kicked myself a little bit. This was a learning lesson. Because if I had looked really closely at the reverb pictures, I would have seen a crack that looked large enough for me to actually investigate it with the seller. But I have to say it wasn't well documented, and it was pretty hard to tell. You can see from the picture here, pretty hard to tell that that's there if you're not specifically looking for it. But it was just kind of an education for me to really pay attention, right? Especially for a guitar that's costing me, you know, $1,000 to $2,000 or even more. It's a really good idea to really get out that fine-tooth comb, get out that magnifying glass, and really check those photographs. So fortunately, the seller was very understanding. You know, we shipped the guitar back immediately. I didn't have to pay for anything. I got my refund the moment it arrived. It was a great transaction overall, and I'm really glad that I got the chance to spend some quality time with this guitar. So anyway, I hope that that's some good learning for you. And I'm really excited about K-Lines. I'm going to continue to be on the lookout for another K-Line to bring home at some point. And who knows, maybe it'll be the next installation of the great Strat Search. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.